So let me quickly talk to you about how to get a business credit card with no sales. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about how to get a business credit card with no sales. And I have 6 steps, and you just need to follow this the 6 steps methodically, and so you can get your business credit cards if your company has no sales. Number 1. You need to properly present your business. Having no sales does not prevent your business from getting approved for a credit card, but you need to properly introduce your company to credit card issuers. And there are a couple of ways you can do this. First, you need to make sure the business is legally established. I'm referring to being incorporated, having an LLC structure or a C Corp or an S Corp, etc. LLC stands for a limited liability company. Don't go for the sole proprietorship. Even though you can get a business credit card with no sales as a sole proprietorship, it lends more credibility to your credit card application if you are legally constituted as a company. So you want to make sure that you tick that off your list. You want to obtain something called an EIN, an employer identification number. This you can go to the IRS website and it's a very easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can actually just apply for the EIN online and you will get it within minutes. You can also apply for it by mailing the application or do it by faxing it over to the IRS. Try to open a bank account in the name of the business. So you want to open a business bank account. That way you are able to separate your personal finances from business finances. That segregation is very important because you don't want to be hit with lawsuits, and you don't want your personal asset to be actually at risk in the event of an adverse situation at your company. People are suing your business, for example. Another way to properly introduce your business to credit card issuers is to create a business plan with detailed information about your company's financial statements. If your business has no sales because it's a new business or it has been going through some issues in the past 3, 4, 6 months or 12 months, a business plan is still great because you're able to use projected financial information. You're trying to show what the experts call forward-looking information. And you want to explain also sales projections for the next 12 to 36 months, for the next 1 to 3 years. Yes, granted, right now you have no sales. Your business shows no sales at the moment, but at some point you are expecting business to pick up, right? So you want to show this in the sales projections. You want to explain to credit card issuers how you see your business in the next 12 to 36 months. And one thing you can also do to properly introduce your business to credit card issuers, even if you have no sales, is to contact business credit card issuers directly. Don't trust the algorithm, the credit card issuers algorithm by doing an online application. You want to pick up the phone and talk to someone and contact the rep directly and explain your company and the kind of business credit cards you are looking for. So, step number 1, you want to properly present your business. Step number 2, you want to strengthen your personal credit. I understand. Here we are talking about a business credit card with no sales, but because your business credit is kind of limited, you want to strengthen your personal credit because credit card issuers will check your personal credit. And there are a couple of ways you can actually improve your credit score. Try to build your credit file. In other words, you want to review your personal credit. You want to talk to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion to have an idea of what's really going on in your credit file, and making sure that everything is accurate. You want to cross all the T's and you want to dot all the I's. It's very important. Okay, and you please don't miss any payments. The whole idea is to solidify your credit your personal credit. So do not miss payments. Your payment history is one of the most important factors in determining your credit score, and having a long history of on-time payments can help you achieve excellent credit scores. Here I'm talking about above 750. So to do this, you'll need to make sure you don't miss loan or credit card payments by more than 29 days, because payments that are at least 30 days late can be reported to the credit bureaus, and those will hurt your credit scores. You also want to catch up on past due accounts. Very important. If you are behind on your bills, bringing them current could help. While a late payment can remain on your credit report for up to 7 years, guess what? Having all of your accounts current can be a good indication that you are becoming creditworthy, and this could be good for your scores. You want to pay down revolving account balances. Even if you're not behind on your bills, having a high balance on revolving credit accounts can lead to something called a high CUR, and this could hurt your scores. CUR stands for credit utilization rate, and this is something you want to really pay attention to. You also want to limit how often you apply for new accounts. Remember, if you are constantly applying for new accounts, for new credit accounts, you are signaling to a credit card issuer that there's something going on in your life. There is some kind of financial issues going on. That's why you need to have access to to new credit that often. So you want to limit that. Inquiries, you have to understand that inquiries and the average age of your accounts are minor scoring factors, but you still want to be cautious about how many applications you submit. The third thing you can do, so after properly presenting your business, strengthening your personal credit, you want to seek a qualified cosigner. This is very important, folks. Now, the importance of a cosigner depends on the card issuer's policies. Many card issuers do not allow cosigners who are not part of the business. So you'll have to look at the application for the cards you're interested in to see what their requirements are. For those who are not familiar, a cosigner is basically someone who agrees to pay the balance if the cardholder defaults. Usually cosigners don't have charging privileges. So this is something you have to think about. And a cosigner is different from an authorized user who is generally a secondary user on the card. Okay, you have to understand that it's important to understand when we are having a conversation about business credit cards, you can actually enlist the help of an officer of the company. Or if you have a co-founder who has a better credit, you can actually have that person also co-sign the card. The thing here is that co-signers generally take on a lot of risk when they lend their signature to someone else's credit card application, whether it is a personal credit card application or a business credit card application. Typically, the reason people need a co-signer is a lack of a credit history or a poor credit profile. So they either have little experience managing credit or they have had trouble handling it in the past. So while they may build excellent credit in the future, for now, the jury is still out. So if you're looking to get a business credit card with no sales, and you want to strengthen your application package, it's good to actually reach out to a qualified cosigner. And many people find it hard to say no to a co-signing for a family member or a friend, but saying no might be the best thing you can do for them. It will force them to find out early if they have the right stuff to run a business or if they would be better off in a traditional 9-to-5 job. Okay, so it's something you have to really, it's one of those, we can't give generic advice here. It's every situation is different. So you have to see if you have to see the relationship you have with the person asking you for a co-signing favor. And it's all about the business. It's all about the industry. It's all about the person's own financial situation. And it's all about you, the co-signers, your own financial situation. So you have a constellation of factors that you have to pay attention to before making a decision. Okay, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. I'm still having a conversation with you about how to get a business credit card with no sales. Number 4. So number 1, properly present your business. Number 2, strengthen your personal credit. Number 3, seek a qualified co-signer. Number 4, you want to learn to qualify for a business credit card with no sales. There is a method, there is an approach, there is a methodology for this. And let me first kind of explain to you how to qualify for a business credit card with no sales. you need to understand their requirements. If you want to obtain credit cards for new businesses with no sales and no credit history, be ready for a bit of challenge. Every small business owner needs to be prepared to be turned down by a few potential lenders before finding one willing to offer them a card. Don't give up hope though. Do not. Because startup business owners are still eligible to apply for some credit cards even with no sales and no credit history. So to apply for a business credit card without an established history of revenue, an impressive personal credit score might be required. So personal FICO credit scores are rated on the following scales. We're going to put this on the screen. So very poor means what? Means that you are between 300 and 579. Fair means you are between 580 to 669. Good means you are between 670 to 739. Very good means you are between 740 to 799. And exceptional or excellent means you are between 800 and 850. We're talking here about FICO credit scores because there's another one. There's another credit score out there, but FICO is the most common one. So you could be also asked to secure the card by making a deposit. In other words, if you're looking for a business credit card with no sales, you might be actually asked to secure the card with deposit. So the amount you put down in the deposit account will affect the total amount of credit issued to the cardholder, with higher collateral bolstering your chances of getting approved for a higher limit. So regardless of whether the credit card is secured, the cardholder must regularly make repayments on the borrowed amount as they would with a regular card. So if you obtain business credit cards with no credit history and no sale, you are likely to borrow at higher interest rates. It just comes with the territory. Banks and credit card issuers are seeing you as a higher risk. That's just the way it is. And if you build a positive credit history over time, the interest rate and an annual fee can eventually decrease. One thing you have to understand here is that the business credit card requirements may be frustrating for some well-established business owners whose personal credit scores are less than stellar, but it's great news for new business owners at all, like startup owners. As long as your personal credit score falls somewhere between 600 and 750, then you are more likely to qualify for one of a number of business credit cards for new businesses, even with no business credit history or no business revenue. The next thing I want you to think about is you need to evaluate key features in business credit cards with no sales. So here is where I want you to be a little picky, because no two business credit cards are equal. They're all different. They all comes with different packages in terms of features. So you really gotta educate yourself as to what really matters for you, what matters for your business. If you try to get a business credit card with no sales, you need to pay attention to the card that offers 0% intro APR periods, welcome bonuses, sustained rewards, credit score threshold, and fees. Very important. And in terms of fees, I'm referring to fees like annual fee, foreign transaction fees, who the issuer is, and more. And it really depends on what matters most for your new business. What about the 0% intro APR periods? One of the features that you might consider when comparing business credit cards for businesses with no sales is a 0% intro APR period. What is that exactly? I mean, a 0% intro APR period is a period of time after you open your business credit card account in which your credit card balances will carry no interest at all. Therefore, as long as you make your minimum monthly payments on time, you are able to carry a balance from month to month during your intro APR period without accumulating any interest. And this feature is particularly important and particularly useful in our research. According to our research, it's useful for new businesses who plan on making large purchases after they first open their account and want to pay them over a series of months without interest. Okay, and that's kind of important. What about the welcome bonuses? The thing is, when a business credit card comes with a welcome bonus, you'll get a certain amount of cash back or rewards points if you reach a specified spending threshold within a particular amount of time. And that being said, when you are setting everything up for your new business, especially if you have no sales. An extra cash or rewards bonus will not only be an incredibly useful perk, but you will also likely be spending more than enough to meet the bonus spending threshold without issue. So this is something you have to think about. And you also want to think about rewards. I'm talking about here, the long-term rewards programs. So you want to think about the flat rate rewards program, especially if you are interested in traveling. So you have to ask yourself, do you want simple cash back or rewards points geared toward travel? So it's really up to you. The last thing I want you to think about in terms of getting a business credit card with no sales, you want to apply to the best business credit card with no sales. There are a couple of them. I'm actually going to show you four or five or six of them. They are pretty cool. So first you have the Blue Business Plus. This is great for a long 0% intro APR, and this is from American Express. And this is great for making purchases with 0% intro APR period. So you have a 12-month 0% intro APR. There's no annual fee. And the regular APR fluctuates between 13 to 19%. And the minimum credit is $700. So this is actually cool because this American Express card will report all of your activity to all the business credit bureaus, which means that your responsible spending will help you build your business's credit history. We also have the Chase Inc. Preferred. This is best for a generous welcome bonus. And here you are actually getting the welcome offer is 100,000 points, and the rewards rate is 1 or 3 points. There is an annual fee of $95, and there is a minimum credit of $700. Okay, and one thing you need to understand here is that with the Chase Inc. Preferred, you have no foreign transaction fees, employee cards are no cost, and you have one-time rewards after that spending threshold with no limits on the amount you can earn. So this is the Chase Inc. Preferred is another card that you might want to consider if you're looking for a business credit card with no sales. And one thing I also want to say here is that it's kind of important to understand that with the Chase Inc. Preferred, the card has an impressive welcome bonus, and it also has additional benefits such as 3 times points on the first $150,000 you spend annually within the following categories: so travel, shipping purchases, advertising purchases made with search engines and social media sites, internet, cable, and phone services. So you might not have sales at the beginning when you get the card, but as sales are ramping up, as your business is generating revenue, you tend to actually rack up a lot of rewards points with the Chase Inc. Preferred. Other cards that you might want to consider if you're looking for a business credit cards with no sales, you have the Spark Cash. This is best for a flat rate cashback rewards, and the welcome offer is worth $500, and the rewards rate is 2% cashback. There is no annual fee, and the minimum credit is even lower, $660. And we love the fact that here you actually you only earn a $500 as sign-up bonus if you spend $4,500 in the first 3 months. This is kind of cool. And then you have the Inc. Business Unlimited. This is actually great for no annual fee. And you have a $750 welcome bonus if you spend $7,500 in the first 3 months, 0% APR on purchases for the first 12 months, and you have unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase. So this is kind of really interesting, and we love the fact that you have a generous sign-up bonus if you meet the spending threshold, and you have employee cards at no additional cost. Kind of cool. And the third card, another card, this will be the fifth card really. If you're looking for a business credit card with no sales, you want to consider the Spark Classic. This card is best for fair credit. All right, so the Spark Classic for business, and it's issued by Capital One. And this is great. This card is great for business owners with fair or average credit. So even if your business does not generate any sales, as long as you, the owner, has fair credit, you can qualify for the Spark Classic from Capital One. And this card has no annual fee, has 1% cash back on all purchases with no cap, and you can use this card to rebuild personal and business credit. This is pretty cool. We love the duality with this that comes with this card. You can rebuild or build personal and business credit. And one thing that's very important, and we've seen this in our analysis, is that Capital One in the last few years has done a lot at targeting the startup community. And with this card, for example, if you're looking for a source of funding for your new business and has no revenue, but your personal credit leans more on the average side, the Capital One Spark Classic for Business is your best bet, because its minimum personal credit score runs in at around 580. Think about it. Whereas the Inc. Business Unlimited is asking for a minimum credit score of 660, the Spark Classic for business from Capital One is asking only a minimum credit score of 580. That's wonderful. So, food for thoughts here. All right, folks. So I'm about to wrap up today's conversation. At the end of the day, only you can actually decide which business credit card with no sales is best for your new business. Luckily, as a new business, even as a new business with no credit history and no revenue, there are still a variety of great business credit card options out there, including those with no annual fee, 0% APR periods, and robust rewards programs. That being said, it's kind of important to remember that as a new business, your personal credit score will be one of the biggest determining factors in your credit card application. So you'll want to consider your credit history and the credit score threshold of any business credit card you are considering before actually going through the process to apply, because you don't want to have a hard inquiry on your file and you're not getting the business card that you are applying for. And those hard inquiries will lower your personal credit score. So you don't want that. So if your personal credit is not where you would like it to be, you'll still have options like, as I just told you, the Spark Classic from Capital One. That's a good option. Plus, if you don't think you will qualify for this card, you might then consider a secured business credit card, or even apply for a prepaid business debit card. Ultimately, whichever business credit card you choose for your new business, you're taking a crucial step in managing your business finances, and this is wonderful, and this will help you in the future. So today's conversation, I covered 6 steps. How to get a business credit card with no sales. Properly present your business. Strengthen your personal credit. You want to seek a qualified co-signer. Learn to qualify for a business credit card with no sales. You want to evaluate key features in business credit card with no sales. You want to apply to the best business credit card with no sales. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.